Hello. What's up? What is up, everybody? All right, we're starting. So, so much for that screen. All right, I gotta fix the audio on that. Hello, everybody. New setup. God, I don't want to see those blogs. Get me off the blog page. Now at least there's this thing where there's like disclaimers about people who are advertising shit in their blogs. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Blitz Challenges. 0 friends online. You have 0 friends. I'm taking Blitz Challenges 5 plus 5. It's kind of a slow time control, but it allows us to talk a little bit while I'm playing about the games. Otherwise, if it was personal Blitz, I would probably play like 5-3 or 3 plus 2 or 5-0, but increment is better, and this gives us a little bit of time. So I'm taking challenges 5 plus 5. I should put that in the... Alright, it's not analysis text. Just waking up here. And we have no friends. So Friday Blitz stream cometh. 5 plus 4? No. Longer increment means we can discuss the games a little while we're playing. 5 plus 5 casual. Alright, done. Done. Causal. Alright, man, we got to get some air in here, but it was raining. Death Soul Panther. Alright. I got a cactus splinter in my finger. Cactus Master. So, what's happening? The Granky Chess Festival. Let's see, leechess.org. Granky Chess Festival. The Women's Grand Prix Poon. I like how the Women's Grand Prix Poon is like no players from the West at all. Georgia, Poland. Poland is sort of in the West. China, Bulgaria, sort of. Mongolia, India, Russia, India. Dude, that seems kind of weird that there's no players from North America or Europe in that at all. What's up with that? Women's Grand Prix. Alright, Granky Chess Open. Magnus Carlsen, what? Oh my god. What? Oh no. It's the Freestyle Chess Open. No. Magnus Carlsen playing black against a Czech IM. Fabiano is playing, and this is Chess 960 Freestyle. So where's the overview? Who organizes this, by the way? Official website. The Granky Chess Festival. Festival. I don't like this changing the name of chess to freestyle. Is that like for real? I like Fisher Random or Chess 960 better. Whatever. Aronian is playing. There was a cornflake in my coffee. That's kind of gross, a gross feeling. Alright. Yeah, sadly, no real chess. Chess 960 there. Oh, Granky Chess Open. Okay, that's pretty sad, actually. Round 2. Players. I wonder Liang is almost 2,700. Okay, that's crazy. I guess elementary school has ended for the year. Anyway, I'm just gonna do some puzzles here or something. Overrated players. So, oh, rook takes c3. That doesn't work. Rook takes d3. So it looks like rook takes d3, rook takes d3, rook takes c3, rook takes c3, queen d2. How can that not be the answer? I calculated everything. Okay, there may be one problem. There was one hole in my analysis. Rook takes c3, rook takes c3. And then queen d2, queen a5, which I missed. There may be more than one hole, actually. Okay, it was a mistake. Jumped the gun. So what else could it be? Not a lot of forcing moves here. Bishop e5. That doesn't do anything. That is bizarre. I mean, it's not looking like white has a lot of candidate moves in this position. Rook d1, that doesn't work. I mean, this is really strange. Bishop e5. That doesn't do anything. Bishop d6 doesn't do anything. Oh no, I'm 2,500. Yeah, I shouldn't jump into these puzzles with a... I should have started with like an endgame puzzle or something simpler. Puzzle themes. Get warmed up. I'm definitely a player who needs to get warmed up. This looks kind of familiar. King e3, king e5. You know, I'm thinking we can come in from the side. King g3, king e3, king e5, but if king g3, what does black do? No, king g3, king e5, king g4. Seriously. Black is screwed. King g3, king e5, king g4, black has to move. If he pushes the pawn, it gets overextended. That's it, man. King and pawn in games. Now that's another story. If you did that, I'm going to take on b5. Now we have protected passer on b5. Easy win. Alright, we got our points back. Tell you, endgame puzzles are much easier. Alright, guys. So, is anybody here? You're not watching the Granky Freestyle Chess Festival, are you? Ugh. Do I really have to look at Magnus Carlsen's game? Finek Vaclav. Nice b4 square, bro. Okay, black's knight on g6 is stupid. It's just 960. So my first impression of this position is that the b4 square is weak and Magnus's knight on g6 sucks a little bit. But overall, damn, they have a lot of time. h6. A very deep move. What the is h6? That's weird. Literally a waiting move that doesn't do anything. I don't know if I can watch this. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't do the Magnus Carlsen chess 960. I can't watch that. Alright, anyways. Let's play more puzzles. Oops, no. Puzzle themes. Endgames. Keep it simple. I can't see too many pieces or I'll get confused. So obviously, rook takes g6 is a major idea here. The other major idea is knight takes f5, but knight takes f5, b1 check. Knight takes f5 has a serious threat of queen takes h6. There's a defense there with maybe queen g5. So rook takes g6 is much more forcing. I mean, rook takes g6 is like, okay, black can play rook b1 check, king h2, that doesn't do anything. Oh, we got message. We got sound. I fixed the sound. Yeah, Mr. Slow with 5+5. Did you hear that bling? I normally don't run this, run Lichess with sound, but yesterday we had no sound, so it took me till 2 a.m. to troubleshoot what the hell it was. I didn't know. I didn't have my audio output like labeled, and so there's like 16 different things. There's Mr. Slow. Mr. Slow, welcome in from the Grand Key Chess Festival. Is this chess 960? No, good. No, I can't have the King's Indian. We can't have that. And if you can't have the King's Indian, the only thing you can play is e4. e4 is the only move that prevents the King's Indian. So I have to play e4. No King's Indian allowed. Not against you. You're too good at King's Indian. Sorry. So, Sicilian. Yeah, Sicilian is a different story. Yesterday I played 92 in a game. Mr. Slow plays different things, but mostly e6. 92, he can still play e6, and it's still a good move. Knight a3, it's all e6. Okay. So e6 players are hard to really mess with. They're not fazed by the closed Sicilian too much. It doesn't really matter what you do. 5+5 though, I can't discuss this too much. I'm sorry, I can't discuss this. Yeah, there's not a lot of time. Alright, whatever. Whatever. It's a fast game, 5+5. It's not slow. Uh-oh. He's trying to play... It looks like he's trying to play the Sveshnikov. Nah. He won't play Sveshnikov. Better not. Nah, he did. Okay. Fine. Earlier we had your bro is another visiting new viewer. Now bishop takes f6. Black is threatening b4, so you have to play knight d5, and then well, I've played okay bishop g7 rather than the classic sort of f5. Bishop g7 is the more modern move. You know, it makes you wonder, like, what would happen if white were to go like knight e3 here? Obviously, that seems like a strange thing to do. Bishop g7. I am confused. I am Confucius. Alright, I need development pieces, whatever. We got another challenge, yes, from Sun Prism. Alright, you guys are waking up. Yeah, I'm early today. f5. But not the only move. You know, this will kill his bishop on a long diagonal, hopefully, in future days. My standard. So knight c2. The knight is not helping anybody on a3. And now f5. So we could still do a Velimirovich type of thing with e4, huh? And my other e4, my g4. It's not good to be inspired by Emery Tate. But Emery Tate was inspired by good players, you know, so. Here I know bishop d3 looks weird. You're just chopping and playing like f5 again. That can't be right. So I'm supposed to take, I guess. You have hanging pawns. You have 3 islands of pawns. Isn't bishop d3 a move here, like inducing e4? I'm having a weird flashback to that. You could play bishop d3, take e4 as well. If I play knight e3, you know. I mean, bishop on f5 gets in the way of stuff. He has, eventually, though, he's going to advance his kingside pawns. What if I just play quietly with, like, bishop e2? What's the problem? Your queen g5? No. I'm using way more time than my opponent. Like it's a rapid game. But it's morning and I don't know what to do. 42. The Germans are in full force. Oh no, I dropped the window. Okay. I gotta keep the window open. Yeah, alright, another move. Rook b8. That's weird. Rook b8 a little weird. He was supporting a5 maybe. I'm castling, man. I'm out of here. What are you gonna do? What's rook b8 about? I seriously doubt rook b8 is a standard move. Your rook might even be better, like, going to a7 later on. Yeah, okay. It doesn't matter. So, a3. This is a little passive, but you're the one that put your pawn on b5. It could be a target. Normally, white plays like a4 in these type of structures, so he's kind of, yeah, he's preventing me from doing that by indirectly attacking b2. So, what's up, Sun Prism? Oh, Sun Prism's challenge is gone. Good. We've got 8 viewers now, really racking them in. Racking them in. Yeah, guys. Make sure you put a disclaimer on your blog that's like a blatant advertisement. So bishop e6, knight e3, f5. I can play f4. King h1 is a useful move. Preempting. Is it necessary? Can I play without f4? Bishop g4, f5, bishop h3. It's kind of creative. Let's be creative. That usually goes wrong when I say something like, let's be creative. I'm going to use my King's Indian. He's trying to play the King's Indian anyway. It's unbelievable. You did this before, didn't you? You played the Sveshnikov and you pretended you were playing the King's Indian. Stop playing the King's Indian, alright? I said you can't play the King's Indian, and he puts his bishop on g7 and he turns into a King's Indian anyway. Here's my plan. It's probably bad. But I like your pawn structure. I have to say I like your pawn structure a lot. Nigel Short said pawn structure is overrated in today's modern. Just makes me value it all that much more. If Nigel Short said it isn't important or overrated, then I'm there. Alright, 97. See, he's desperate for a plan. Total desperation. 93. Fine, fine. Still, you have more pawn islands, and that's what matters. Everything is based on strategic principles. Now, I was thinking I might do something like King H1 and play F4 if absolutely necessary. But I guess ultimately that's something you might not really want to do. King H8 to put the rook on the G file. Problem white's only pawn break is like G4, F4. I can do that too. Thing is, like, now if I play G3, I'm going to be sorry I put my king on H1. Maybe I best not play G3. Play F4. If I have to move a pawn, if I have to make a pawn break, we'll do F4. He can try knight G6 here. Then I have queen H5. What's up, everybody? Don't all chat at once now. I know it's morning, and I never do morning streams, so no one knows. Yeah, no one knows I'm even here. That's the problem. Welcome on YouTube. Welcome on Twitch. I do morning streams though, but only on Fridays at this time. So it's only today. It's a Friday special. Boom. E4 unexpected. Look at that bishop on G7. Oh my God. It's nullified by my rock like pawn formation. He gets some play now. So F3. F3 could result in well, F4 could result in G4, which would be good later on. We got to make a decision. I mean, I don't have a lot of time here. So I'm going to do this. This was the plan, one of the plans. If F3, he could trade twice and push E3. I didn't really like that, but maybe that was okay. I was afraid of F3, knight E5, knight D5, bishop D5, queen E5, E3 with a passed pawn. Not the most dangerous passed pawn ever, but this seems safer. Not giving. I mean, black has a passed pawn here too, but it's. Yeah, I mean, it's still a passed pawn. That's true, but his F5 is weak. His D6 is weak. My structure is more compact, and his B4 bullshit. He actually has that. But, no, he's going to drop his F5 if he starts any kind of crap like that. Knight G6 does not look right at all. That move is highly suspicious. Wee-oo. Okay, I just put my queen on the side of the board, but I'm setting up G4, right? And rook D1 is good too. I like white here. I mean, I think I'm just better. Why am I not just better? Rook D1 next, and then G4. Everybody's participating. Just riddle. Whoa, I thought he made a move. I thought I heard a sound. That was weird. Oh! Counter queen move. That's fine. I still have my G4 idea. But G4 might give him an F3 square for Mr. Knight. So I'm not so sure about that necessarily. But black looks like they're in trouble. It's the pawn structure, the happy pawn structure. D6 pawn is happy, the F5 pawn is happy. The B5 pawn, A5 pawn, all the pawns are happy for black. They're all happy pawns. We're happy. Please don't take us. Look, Ma, no weaknesses. A b4? Oh no. He almost lost on time. Oof, now I have the crushing knight e7. He's like hanging everything, no? Wait a minute. Knight f5. Yeah, but we want to be careful how we do this. I want to take back with the bishop, not with the knight. The knights are the best blockaders. My knight needs to stay here and keep this pawn under surveillance mode. Now our esteemed friend has developed some sort of counterplay. And then rook e1. I could just take his bishop. I could have just taken his bishop, but we're going to be up pawn maybe 2. Too late to take his bishop, duh. Alright. Well, we won't be taking the bishop. Can I have another pawn, please? What's that about? Pin it and win it. Right. That's not cool. Rook d8. Those unpredictable knights. Alright, Mr. Slow, good game for me. But I'm curious about the opening, Mr. Slow. Good game by me. I made one blunder. Good game by me. Oof, you were better. Wow. You were better. The computer liked your position better. So apparently my creative plan was bad. But why? I made a blunder. What was my blunder? Bishop g4? Oh, later. Later I missed something even stronger. Alright, so I made a couple of inaccuracies. It didn't like, what? a3 by me. Really? That was my worst move? a3? It's kind of harsh. That huge disadvantage I had. Like minus 0.9. Why am I minus 0.9 in this position? Like, black's not threatening anything. I don't really get it. I knew knight g6 was bad. Oh, what was that? That was a weird sound. We got Sun Prism, Cal Max, and Coach Sasha. Sasha. What's up? Chess riddle yet. Alright. Now, Sun Prism. Player of the Caro Khan. No, you play French. Alright, we got notification. Definitely. Definitely has followed. I'm really playing Atarash. I mean, I don't like knight c3 as much. You played this last time. So what'd you do last time? Sicilian-esque. So last time I took with the pawn, right? And you take, and you played that weird, like, queen c5 move. I'm gonna play this instead. It's a Sicilian. It's a Franco-Sicilian. No, like, I have to take. Probably have to take. I only ever, like, looked at this maybe briefly once. Bishop e5, bishop d7 doesn't seem very good for white. And I guess you could do that. This doesn't seem very good for white either. I need to look at this. I'm not that thrilled about White's setup. It's kind of a standard Sicilian, so to speak. We did have a game along these lines, I believe. Again, pawn structure. You have the bigger island. You have Hawaii. And all I've got is Greenland. No, I have 2 islands to your 2 islands, but you're the bigger one. Bigger is better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-pawn island. It's a car. It's a mid-sized sedan. Yeah, this time control though, it's a little fast for commentary. I gotta remember that. All right, everybody. Let's hey, Panda's here. Hey. Now he has to do like an intro every time because he doesn't have a dedicated camera. They took away my dedicated camera. Knight e7. Bring it on, bro. That's a weird move. That is a weird thing to do. So, whatever. H4, knight g6, h5. You're like asking me to play h4 here. That's whatever, man. My king wouldn't be safe either. Okay, so now we get it. Now we get it. This is his plan. Aha. You must have read it in a book. I'm still slightly skeptical. Reminding me of the Sveshnikov. Yeah, do you trust Black's position here? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Guess he can play e5 or something. The thing about Sun Prism, he's quick. They're all quick. Yeah, I kind of wish we were playing rapid chess rather than blitz. I'm not really in a blitz mood. I'm not awake, and I'm more in a thoughtful kind of. Should really play like rapid chess on Fridays. Just Rapid Friday doesn't rhyme. Deep thoughts with Sun Prism. So I'm down to 3 minutes already, and it's move 9. That's not good. I like use 40% of my time on 9 moves. How the hell did I do that? What was I doing, for 2 minutes? People play bullet chess. I need my thoughts to percolate. They don't just automatically know. I don't automatically know what to do. This is very strange. I think he must have left the building. Or ICE is at his house, knocking the door down. No, he lives in the UK. Alright. He's safe from the ice. Ice bear. C3. I don't like the long diagonal. Yeah. But on the other hand, yeah, right. Lame. This is pretty lame. But so is the C5 square. The one problem, the flaw in Black's position is that hole. Well, anyway, the holes on the dark squares. There are some questions. Yeah, I'm not impressed. A4. It's combative, Combative, aren't you? Still. Oh no. Alright, that's fine. Bishop e3. No, I should take... I mean, the rook is ridiculously placed on a6, right? Now my e4 pawn is unprotected. That's not a problem, is it? Rook b6. I guess black is inherently going to be like, okay, other than that weak square on c5. The rest of his position is pretty sound. He can probably live with that one issue here. Second game in a row, my opponent like fianchettoed the bishop into my c3 pawn. Fianchetto bishop not so scary with the pawn on c3 and a pawn on b2. Okay, well, anyway. On the downside, it doesn't seem like I have any threats. Rook a3. Uh-oh, that could backfire. It's kind of a weird move by me, but, you know, I'm looking at queen b6, rook b3 type of stuff. It's probably not a good move. Rook a3, I had better things I could be doing with my time. Rook d1. Bishop comes here. In a lot of cases, I'm going to try to... Oh, God. Whoa. Ugh. Blah. That's horrible. Can you do that, really? Maybe it's worth it. That's extreme. Rip Pawn Island. Alright. Yeah, you can put your knight on d5. Is it worth it, though? Queen d5 as well. So should I play like rook d1, knight d5, or rook d1? Might as well play rook d1. What's your problem? Yeah. Yeah, queen b6 is good. Queen b8 is good. Knight d5 is good. You have a lot of good moves here. I would say queen b8, queen b6, or knight d5. Any of those moves. Also, queen e8 is very good. I like this rook. It could swing across here to h3. That's probably not going to happen. In order for that to happen, I have to play like my pawns up to b4. Maybe b4 would happen. It could happen. Wow, he's tanking. He's a tanker. He found a move. Alright, I don't like black's position now. I mean, he really did it to himself. But objectively, it still might not be that bad. He didn't fall in any traps. And, yeah, it's still not that bad. I don't know what I could do there. At the end of the day, oh shit, I had knight d7, but he had rook d8. That almost wins. Bishop g5. Rook takes and bishop g5. Make sure all your pieces are protected. Rule number 1 of chess school. All your pieces are protected. All my pieces are protected. Check. Undermine. Gary Kasparov. Undermine democracy. Check. Well, my rook. Yeah. Rook b8. Rook b3. I mean, you're threatening rook d7. Very subtle. Very subtle. Knight check. I'm better. Bishop. Rook d7 is a nice move. That's a nice move. Come on. c4. Not good. All right, I'm bagging it on the a3 maneuver. Wow. Wow. Now time. It's time. I guess we can think about maybe moving my queenside pawns. But he's still hanging in there. Nice. I was worried about rook d7. He gave up the d file. I have a very big advantage now. It appears. But he does have some sort of idea. God damn it. Sort of a stupid move by me. Knight f5, he had that. Yeah, I know. Introducing my A pawn. On a piece. So stupid. What is going on, guys? Alright, this was a disaster. The last 5 moves we played were horrible. You could have won a piece. That's why I hate bullet chess. 42, what's up? You missed the sound of Computer Fan. It was so meditative. You don't hear it anymore? No way. I'll bring it back for you. Why does my camera look all blurry? Dude. Why is my camera suddenly blurry? That's really weird. It wasn't blurry before. What the hell's that about? What would make my camera go blurry? Guys, we're on a new machine, and, you know, so there's a lot of, like, settings and stuff that's up in the air. My camera suddenly just looks blurry. It's not, I didn't touch it or something. Why is it blurry? Hello? Why are you blurry? That's not why it's blurry. It's blurry because it's like blurry. Configure video? Resolution type? It's That's weird. It shouldn't be blurry. It just got blurry for no reason. It's really strange. Deactivate? Let's try that. Now it looks normal again. Yeah, some kind of setting, I don't know. Alright. You guys are gonna... It stopped raining. I'm gonna open the window here. Ooh, I'm sweating. Coffee and Blitz and no air. Did I move the camera? No, it's good. Alright, yeah, it was blurry for no reason. That was weird. Yeah, Sun Prism. Good game until it wasn't. It was a good game up until move 25, and then we just started playing like we're retarded. Look at this. Inaccuracy, 2 blunders. You know, you had mistake, 2 blunders, and inaccuracy. Prior to that, we only had a handful of inaccuracies. Coach Sasha. Coach Sasha. All right. Terzo Attila, Bishop G5. Guys, relatively short stream. I got about an hour and a half left in me. I can stream like 2 hours and 15 minutes on Fridays, it looks like. Alright, Accelerated Queens Indian. This is something I've been working on, but I have to admit that I should be playing other stuff as well. Not only this. Then we get too predictable. Good morning, 42. I missed the sound of Computer Fan. I was toying with my AMD. Oh, that's a good move. I was toying with the AMD settings, and it had like noise suppression. So I guess that's working. There was a special setting I enabled in the AMD software yesterday. It said noise suppression. So, okay, I was looking at this recently. There's E5. In fact, I had a game that actually went this way. Brother from Another Mother. Oh, no, sorry, we don't do that. Alright, so D5, we don't do other chess sites. D5, A5. Yeah, we play here for a reason. I hate that site. We don't talk about that. Oligarchy. Oligarchy is not cool, you know, so. Gary Kasparov supports only chess oligarchy. Bishop G5. Ah, I see. So that's interesting. Well, now what do I do? Don't want to play G5. Okay, that makes it easy then. I don't have to worry about it. Alright, then we won't worry about it. Knight A6. Bishop C8. You took away your knight's good square, so the knight will have to go to E1 in a lot of cases. Chess. Oh, Chess Time Machine is raiding with a party. A large party. 21. 21 adventurers. Chess Time Machine. I know that you stream. I didn't watch you, but I don't remember if you raided me once before or not. But anyway, thank you for the raid. I'm rarely streaming at this time, at this Chess Time Machine. So Chess Time Machine, thank you for the raid. Party from Chess Time Machine. I don't do enough daytime streams. I'm assuming you're in European time too. Normally I stream in the evening, 3 days a week, and I used to do more at this time machine. But now Fridays is my only um, daytime stream for now. So thanks for the raid. I mean, I guess this is your time machine. Night A6. I've been working on this accelerated Queen's Indian, and this is the first time I've had someone play this on the stream recently. This particular variation with two knights and Queen C2, I made a video about literally like 2 weeks ago. It's really not, there's not a lot of games. I had a tournament game in this position after D5 like 3 years ago, and I made the move knight on BD7, and it turns out that maybe that's like a very slightly inaccurate move. There's a lot of plans for both sides. He's played pretty conservatively here. So rook b1. Now normally I'll be recycling this bishop back to c8 like a King's Indian. What's my plan though? You normally want to go for f5, right? How do I go for f5? If I play knight c5, I play right into his b3, a3, b4 type of stuff. I do have King's Indian type traps there. If my bishop's on c8, it's probably not working. But we got to make a decision. Let's recycle. Always recycle. We can bring the bishop back d7. It becomes... Yeah, a3 is good. a3 is good. It makes me really doubt what I just did. I walked right into that. Fine, whatever. Knight c5 and we'll fianchetto. I love a good fianchetto knight. I also have the simplifying chop, 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 bishop f5. And I don't know about that. I also don't know if I want to actually play pawn takes pawn. I will comment that I think Sasha seems pretty good for his rating. So you have knight e4, knight e4, knight e4, queen e4, bishop f5, but is that a good exchange for black? At the end of the day, might not be that bad. I mean, I destroy his center. I could play knight b7, but honestly, he likes moving real fast. He's obviously a big fan of bullet chess. I don't know if this is enough or advantageous for black, but the good news is I don't have to worry about that knight b5 crap. That would have been possible in a lot of positions here. I also have a good pawn chain, and I can play like f5, e4. My bishop on g7 plays a good role here. I have active a file, so it looks pretty good. But I think you can't underestimate white's like bishops. f5 has got to be good, dude. If I had to evaluate this position, I would say black is a little bit better, but I might be wrong. Disclaimer, I might be wrong. Materially, no, right? Materially, it's dead even. I have a pawn and a rook for knight and bishop. I can take on c5 and take on d5. I have e4. That looks actually something interesting. It's a good pawn chain. Oops, my bishop on g7. How can you go wrong? He has d4. Shit. I massively fucked up with that move. But maybe we'll get lucky. No, I massively fucked up. I massively fucked up, or I didn't. Feels like I massively fucked up. Nothing seems to work. F4, queen takes e4. Are you kidding me? I can sack the exchange. I'm probably going to lose. This is not my intention. I'm down a piece for 3 pawns, 4 pawns. Piece for 4 pawns. Okay. Piece for 3 pawns, maybe. Yeah, well, you got to go with the flow. Bishop takes. Not so stupid. I'm still gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know. King takes. You gotta like king takes. I don't know why you gotta like king takes, but it gets me off the diagonal with that bishop on the light squares. Maybe not such a stupid thing to do. Well, anyway, this was not what I meant to do. Nice. Yeah, guy's fucking genius. Seems a little underrated for 2100. Wow. Second time he's beaten me. Perfect game. Perfect game. 96% accuracy for white. And you're 2100 in blitz. Nothing suspicious there. Bishop g5 is a TN. I thought maybe black was better. I was wrong. Yeah, I just blundered with e4. Suspiciously perfect game by white. I mean, honestly, like, how would that guy not be like 2400 at least? He's 2100 in blitz. Pretty suspicious. Using engines. No, I don't know. I don't know if he's using an engine. All I'm saying is that the guy clearly plays too well for his rating. I mean, he would easily be 2500 in blitz. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, he's already beaten me 2 out of 3. That's typically a player who's 2500. And his bullet rating isn't even that high. It's like 2390 or something. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I don't trust people. Anyway. I literally made a video about that exact line. And the guy just reels off like perfect play against it. Like he faces it every day. He faces the accelerated Queen's Indian every day. Standard. And then, you know, instantly plays a critical continuation. That's actually pretty rare. Continuation he played with early d5 and rather early queen c2, 2 knights. This is a really bad opening by black, playing like it's bullet. you're playing way too fast, dude. I mean, this is a really long time control to be playing like it's 1-0. I don't expect people to play the opening that perfectly on their first try when it's something that I've been studying like extensively. But it's early in the morning and I'm not very sharp tactically. Thus, you know, I double blundered. Double blundered two really, you know, blatant oversights with knight d4, e6, and then king f8 and queen takes c5. The problem was the plan wasn't to play queen takes c5. The plan was never to play c takes d5. Queen takes c5. I was going to play b takes c5, and queen takes c5 was an afterthought. But I was like, oh, hey, why don't I take with the queen? Oh yeah, my king's on f8. I lose a queen. He sees one move tactics. That's not suspicious. What's suspicious is handling the opening so well, and his rating. So. Alright. You're right to be suspicious. People cheat all the time. You're trying to win my bishop on the queen side. I'm not even awake yet. That's not very nice. I guess I should have played rook f7 and been consistent here, but black has lost already. Gio, you got to be careful about playing this kind of hippo thing. You know, I mean, it's just not... You can't just, like, randomly do just random hippos. You have to be very careful about how you play this. I already let him off the hook, though. I had him busted. Now I hung my d4 pawn. Whew, we're really, really weak tactically this morning. Damn. I'm just not even looking at the board. No, I had him killed with rook f7 and I didn't play it. It's over, you know. I got distracted by the a pawn. After rook f7, it's over. But of course, I didn't do that. Yeah, the hippo's fine, but you have to play it carefully. Now I'm worse. I went from winning to worse. This guy lost to Acerbate the other day. He's a maniac. Yeah, he is a maniac, dude. Wow. Right. A big purveyor of hope chess. Purveyor. I'm not pervy to that conversation. You're a sandwich artist at Subway. Subway sandwich artist. More like it. I don't really like Subway in Budapest. Well, Subway sucks. Alright. I grew up in South Jersey. We had real Italian food. Subway is no substitute. Don't talk about food, by the way. I ate cornflakes for breakfast, and that's gonna hold me over till I finish working today at 5. Yes. Castle, queenside. Very good, very good. I know. And I'm going to be quite careful about what happens next. So pawn takes pawn, bishop c6 check, and then you're on that pawn. How convenient. That may not be that important, but I don't really like opening this up. I have 94, don't I? Let's try it. Now my king needs to be on h2. This was a disaster, man. I mean, black should have been lost long ago in this game. I'm just torturing myself. You'd think I had some kind of like bad hangover the way I'm playing today. This is why I tell people I don't play chess in the morning. This is why I lost, you know, another 15 rating points a month ago in the tournament. Because the dudes organized the tournament that the rounds were at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what's wrong with you? The tide is turning on black here. And he actually has less time. Oh, I hung my A pawn. Maybe you should take it. Nothing could possibly go wrong on the A file. No, I played this game terribly. You were completely lost. And still are. Alright, we're good. Now I could just take on e6, and I don't think you can stop that pawn. But maybe you get some counterplay. Queen e6 check, queen e6, pawn e6. I guess he could try, what can he try? Rook takes b1, e7. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not seeing you stopping that pawn. Quality, not quantity. That is a good move. Damn, dude, this is just mean. It's like a puzzle. You ready? Ready for it? E7. Oh no. Oh no, what are you gonna do? Oh no. Sorry, it's too late. Puzzle. Puzzle get. My first puzzle right today. Oh, horrible game. Sorry. Chess Riddler finally gets to play, alright. Another player in search of perfect chess. Like me. No Smith Mora. No funny gambits, alright? We played this before. Let's play the accelerated Kraken. Accelerate your Kraken. Or normal Kraken. Yeah, that's fine. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, what am I doing? I mean, it's b5. I could play d5 actually. Franco Kraken. D5, E5, 94. No, this is. Franken. Oh no. I don't know if I should do that. Well, anyway. No, no, you're not doing that, Chess Riddler. No way. You wouldn't do that. The double queens? Oh no. A1 queen, H8 queen, two queens against Chess Riddler. That's not a good idea. No, we're not going to do two queens against you. Seriously? I don't like it. You're too close to my king. That wasn't the plan. I'm sorry. That wasn't the plan when I went into this. I said, nope, we're not doing that. Your king is safer than my king. No, this was the plan. I just wanted to take with the bishop on g7. Play a nice, normal sort of situation. Calm. An absolutely normal, calm type position with equal material. Everything's cool. We don't need like queens on H8. Nah. That's alright. I'll pass on that. So, your king is a little safer than my king, theoretically. But only, very slightly. H3. That's deep. Extremely deep move. You're afraid of knight g4? Or you're attacking me? Now, it's very important that you ascertain your opponent's intentions. It's like, is h3 an offensive move, or is he like preventing knight g4? Oftentimes it's hard to tell with people, But it's very useful to ascertain your opponent's intentions. I recommend that when someone makes a move, you try to identify what they're trying to do. It's important. Yeah, I don't know if I should have played bishop b7. Bravo. Almost. You don't have to like wave a red flag in front of Chess Riddler to sacrifice a piece or something. To get him to sacrifice a piece. He loves to sacrifice pieces unsoundly. But this is kind of a marginal situation. I imagine white is close to a sound sacrifice around here. I was thinking bishop d3, but takes, knight h7. Queen h5 doesn't work. Bishop takes h7, king h7. No. Bishop d3, I just take and play knight h7, unfortunately for you. Knight h7 is going to kill it. I'm afraid you might have to respectfully decline sacrificing a piece here. Initially I wanted to keep my bishop on c8 to keep an eye on f5 advance, and then I was like, shit. I played bishop e7, he could have played f5. Last move you could have played f5. f5 is a good idea because you have e5 covered. And if I take it, you can play like knight h4, knight f5. So I think that was a good try for you. The best try for you, maybe f5. And if you play f5, my best response would probably be to try to keep the tension somehow. But I don't know exactly, you know, how that works. I'd like to play e5, but you got it covered by 800 pieces. So, think a lot. What are you going to do? Bishop d3? Knight? No, he went back. Sensible decision. Very sensible decision by our esteemed colleague. Now, Knight d5, f5. No. My original plan was to play knight e4, but then again, still he has f5. f5's kind of annoying, you know? This way, it's probably got flaws as well, but I'm threatening knight takes f4. He can play f5, but I have like knight e3. And knight e3 is really annoying for white. I also have f5, which is probably just good. Whoa, what? Oh my god. Have to say I missed that. It's cool. Actually, it's not cool, but nevertheless, I missed it. Damn, bro. That is an unpleasant little discovery. Fortunately, I have a way out. Fianchetto Knight. You can never get mated with a Fianchetto Knight. I have this nice little turret here. Space Invaders turret. Nothing you can do about that. Obviously. Have you counted your pawn islands lately? The turret. Tactically, I am very weak today. After a few more games, I'll probably be conscious. It takes me a very long time to wake up, and that's why I'm not streaming like mornings and stuff. Alright. Trolling a roll. Giachi has another game. Grunfeld Addict. Grunfeld Addict with how many games? 5 plus 5? How many games? Grunfeld Addict is new. I wonder who Grunfeld Addict is. Bishop d3. Alright, what does that do exactly? It's like you're aiming your pieces at me, but you don't have any threats. King h8. Is he... I mean, I guess I want to unpin my knight. I could take his pawn on a2. But it seems like, well, there's more important things in life than grabbing random pawns. King safety is more important than grabbing random pawns. Development is more important. Unpinning my knight might be more important than moving a random pawn. He has f5. But it's controversial, because then I can push. Do you really want to do that? I also have queen g5 available. So f5 looks like a logical move, but is it even something you want to do, you know? Chess Riddler runs into a difficult opponent with me. You know, I think stylistically I'm a bad matchup for him. You know, I like to defend, and I'm very prophylactic. And he likes to, like, kind of wildly attack, but I feel like it's like the American football proverb that good defense, you know, always beats a good offense. There's obviously a lot of. Are you gonna like go Queen H4? There are a lot of parallels to this sort of. Well, I mean, it's important. Matchups are important. There's a reason why certain people, even though he's 2207, you know, he does worse than, say, a lot of people who are 2100 against me. Because of style. I had a roommate, I told you, who was a rugby player. Can't stand him. The freaking hammerhead. Alright. Rugger. He was a rugrat. Alright, now you're just collapsing. Wow, he just totally collapsed. He's like intentionally sacking that pawn. Yeah, we have a complete collapse. What we have here, yeah, he totally collapsed. Collapsible planets. Not good. Black got really well coordinated at some point. I don't know why he didn't recapture there. Not going to take with the queen. He had a chance for mate. You know, he still had the mate in one. Queen F1, Queen H6, mate in one. Very nice. So how do I finish him off? I'm just going to do this. This is weak. I know. It's lame. 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 Way to finish the game. Oh, look at that pre-move skill. So what happened in the opening there? My favorite. Oh no. Now I'm getting warmed up. Only one mistake, 2 inaccuracies. I'm almost up to Coach Sasha level. He was 96% accuracy. I'm only 94. Yeah, so F4, E6, Knight F3, B5 dubious. So notice that Johnny Hector lost against, you know, use Jens Uwe Fries Nielsen. That's not easy to do, to take out Johnny Hector with black in the Kraken. But it goes to show how dangerous this opening really is, you know. Hector went with E5, and yeah, we have Knight FD7, which is probably what I would have done, although there's also Knight D5. There's also B4. So B5 is dubious, then what am I supposed to play? Like Bishop E7. This was played by the same guy against Westerberg. I beat that guy, Westerberg, in a rabbit tournament around the exact same time, 2014. He played the Stonewall attack against me. Good luck with that, bro. Alright. Id. Does this player have enough games? Oh no. No. No games. I accepted the challenge, so I'm not going to cancel it. Normally I don't accept challenges from people less than 100 games. Hopefully this is someone who's like in the chat or something. Not just a random guy. This is the guy from Cheese.com. Ooh, follow the fish line. I'll check it out after the stream. That was a cool opening. I'll convert a lot of these to sort of Nimzovich defenses with knight c6. If they don't play knight c3, then I won't play b5. Here we're transposing back. I don't have to play b5 either. I can also play other things. e6, knight c6. This is a weak move and a very typical one. It's not so bad, but it's not good to play a3. It's slow. Yeah, I had pretty much the exact same position the other week. Stockfish likes c5 a lot in these sort of situations. Now white can transpose to a Sicilian, like if he castles. It's a Najdorf. Can you believe that? The Kraken can become a Najdorf. The Kraken was kind of inspired by the Najdorf in a sense because, you know, a6 is such a useful move in the same way that it is in the Najdorf. So here we just ignore. After c4. It's like my b4. We have b4, e5, b4, and e5, c4. Id. Alright, what do I lose a pawn? It's a sacrifice. Look at these bishops. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, you can take on g7. Whoa, I can take with the queen now. Problem is I don't think I want to. It just bottles up my development. Bottle. Queen takes, bishop e3, unfortunately. And I need to get my bishop out. What am I going to do? Id. ID 559791. Have you seen James Corden beefing with Sir Patrick Stewart? No. But that sounds cool, troll. I have to get more. I let my subscription to People magazine lapse, unfortunately. Since I moved away from the United States, those scammers stopped sending me automated subscriptions to People magazine. Since I moved out of the United States, I have far less scams I've been victimized by. It's a real shame. I'm down a pawn, but it's a hell of a bishop. How many pawns is the bishop on b7 worth? Seriously. That's a 3.5 pawn bishop at least. This is like a full-fledged American Chess Player's Handbook. But ID is not 1200. This guy's way better than 1200. In fact, I think that reminds me of a Larry Christensen joke. You know, he would play blitz matches with weaker masters and long matches with the same player, just beating the shit out of them. And he would start where he would be I don't know, 2800 in blitz, and his opponent would be, I don't know, 2650. And he'd start beating him and beating him and beating him, and beating him so bad that he would literally beat them down senseless, beat their rating down to so low that they lost 300 points. And then they'd play 15-20 games, and Larry would be 14-1 and win 200 rating points. And then he'd tell the guy, he'd send a message the guy would be 2400 now, and he'd be I think you're really underrated. You should be at least 24, 10 or something like that. It's funny. But The guy used to be 2650, but he's now like 2400. He's underrated. You just took like 200 points off him. Yeah, black is better, but white seems like decent. That's a decent 1500 you're talking about here. It's probably about equal, this position. Sounds like tilt. The bishop pair value as half a pawn. Well, Larry worked with computers his whole life. You know, I remember, Larry Kaufman, that is. I remember being a kid and seeing Larry Kaufman like operating one of those computers in the late 80s. You know, the top chess computers at the time. Was funny because Larry Kaufman, I vividly remember him wearing like a hat, and he looked old even back then. He always looked old, you know, my whole lifetime. And then one day he got like a toupee, and he just like magically became like 15 years younger. But you know, he knows what he's talking about. He's old now, you know. I mean, I don't know how Larry Kaufman must be like 80 at this point. But man, I mean, he seemed like he was 70 like 30 years ago. It was amazing that he won the World Senior to get the GM title even back in, it was around 2009, I think, 2008. Yeah, this player is way too good to be 1500. Like, seriously. They're playing kind of like a computer. That's why I don't want to play people with his ratings. They create a new account. He's got 2 games. He's rated 1200. Dude, bullshit. I don't play people who have less than 100 games. This is like the pawn compensates for the bishop pair, and the position is like dead equal. But normal 1500 doesn't play like that. You know, this is too. White's play is just too careful and solid. You couldn't be 1500. Of course, he only has a few games. 3 games, okay. Knight g4 is the first bad move, but it's a big one. Alright, so he's good, but he's tactically vulnerable. Yeah. He allowed h5. No, you're a good player. You need to improve tactically. Like me. Me too. But I only play bad tactically when it's morning. I'm not awake yet. Still, there's hope. He has threats. Yeah, I should play rook e8. Actually, this is pretty dangerous. Maybe I shouldn't play rook e8. I can A, give up the exchange, which is not a bad decision. I wouldn't mind protecting my h5 pawn and giving up that rook. You know, screw the rook. I think this is a good practical sacrifice. I keep the h5 pawn to help protect my king. He has rook e3 that doesn't do anything. Okay. And now with the bishop or the queen. Bishop on d6 is a good blockader. So materially, the position is equal. 2 bishops for rook and 2 pawns. Another very accurate move. Definitely a 1500. This dude is definitely 1500. So now I have to protect the pawn with my king. I don't have to, but it's an option. Yeah, he's definitely not. If it went to four queens, it was +2. Yeah, I knew it was bad. My king is, your queen is in there in my king side. My queen is in your queen side. What does it matter? You know, your king is in no danger. So the multiplying the number of queens on the board clearly like increases attacking potential. Yeah, thank you. It was a good call. I agree. Good call, me. Uh. Okay. Unfortunately, my queen doesn't have a lot of squares. I'm gonna have to put it on h8. Man, a 5-second increment is really a long time. I'm also obviously never playing anyone I don't trust in this time control. I mean, it's like a disaster. For cheaters, it's like you can do anything here. 5+5 is forever. Even the worst like computer cheater in the world could, beat Magnus Carlsen with 5+5. The worst computer operator. You don't have to be Larry Kaufman to crush people with their computer at this time control. No. Now I can go back to d5, but you're trying to do, that stupid. All right. What about queen trade? Not a good idea, really. I think. The queen trade is not a good idea. What about bishop d5? Do you have any entry points in my position? I don't think you do. Those are perfect bishops. So even if he plays like f5, g5, he's got no entry point. He's got every single square, along the two open files. There's no way he'd get in. What's he going to do with his rooks? Yeah, not a bad game, though, for your rating. Giachi already played. Troll in a roll, 5+5. Oh my god, what happened to my position? Oh no, not the chess 960. Who said I would play chess 960? I'm playing viewers, yeah, but I don't know how much time we have. I have about 40 minutes. So that's time for three games more. It's 5+5 because I like to take my time and talk about the games a little while we're playing. So it's a slower game. Technically, it's rapid chess, 5+5. I didn't realize that. 5+5 is considered rapid. Are you serious? No. Is it? We can't tell in chess 960. Yeah, 5+5 is rapid. It's sort of stupid though. So it's like the fastest rapid. All right, troll. Good luck. Nice knowing you. I'll play the. I always do this though. Troll is such a good chess 960 opening player. I'm terrible in the opening, so he has an advantage against me. We haven't played a game in ages in chess 960. I haven't played any games at all, and I haven't played him at all, obviously. But the one thing that has occurred to me with the chess 960 is that it seems like central pawn, for some reason in chess 960, central pawn establishment, it somehow seems even more important than in normal chess. Somehow, like, hypermodernism doesn't seem to work as well in chess 960. I don't know why. This has got to be a bad idea. Weaken my king side to fianchetto. What am I doing? I'm lost already. Yeah, that was like the worst move ever. I'm lost already. You're cheating. This is the first chess 960 game I've played in like 3 years. Or 2 years or something. I don't know. It's been like forever. I'm lost already. I was playing chess. See, that's the problem. I'm playing chess. I don't even stop to think about where my pieces are. I'm lost already. So I've got to lose the rook or my queen. Great. It's a Halloween gambit. No problem. I'm too much of a perfectionist. It's all a sacrifice for the initiative. Yeah. Alright. Then I'll have another night where that came from. Are you kidding me? Now he gets another knight? Look at him using his time. He's using his time on knight takes a1. Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you be thinking here? You can take my rook or not take my rook. You don't have another move. This is really, you're really trolling me. You're trolling me about taking my rook. It's all in for fun. I mean, I don't play chess 960. I don't care if I lose in chess 960. It's bullshit. Just a marketing scheme for some German chess manager. Freestyle chess. It's a scam. Alright. C6, B3. C6 stops me from going into D5, but also stops your knight from, you know, getting in the game. It's just, we're giving him odds. Oh no. Look at that tactic. He's tactically like threatening to bring his knight out with bishop takes e3 followed by knight c2. Unbelievable. My queen was the problem. That's my problem the whole game. Initial position, the queen's on the wrong square. That's why I blundered. If my queen was on d1, this never would have happened. You should really take more time in the first moves. On the first move. Now maybe we can outplay him down the exchange and a pawn. Down the exchange and 2 pawns. How many pawns am I going to be down? I'm going to be down the exchange and 2 pawns. Is that all? But all my pieces are developed almost. Nice! Now which way do I take? I take with the f pawn. Crease my center. This bishop has diagonal anyway. You know, I don't need any more of that. Bishop has some potential. Here. Even, yeah, anyway, the other way wouldn't be any better. There's almost no call. I mean, I would have this, but almost no call to take with the d-pawn here. Plus I have the open f file. So now, bishop a3. Well, I play bishop e2 and I can play bishop a3. Exactly. And I'm only down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 pawns and the exchange. Castles, of course. Both sides are likely to castle king's side. I am lost here, materially. I'm down a lot of material. I lost a rook and 2 pawns for a knight, man. That's fatal. On the other hand, I do have a good mass in the center. I I have very good central control. I can play d4, but it may not do anything. You know, I need castle, maybe rook d1. Black should be winning, objectively. But he just, for some reason, he's not developing any of his pieces at all. Like he's literally trolling me. Okay. Knight c5, d4. I don't think if I don't play d4, I'm not gonna be able to do anything. But objectively, I mean, white is just too much material down in this position. f6 is solid, obviously. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I can play king h2 and stop h5, h4 with g4. I can bring my rook to d1 and apply pressure here. So that's the plan next. However, okay, if knight g5, I'm okay. What's the problem? I also have g4, but that would allow h5, so I have to do this. Unless you want to play h4. Really bad king's gambit for white, but now we're starting to play. Troll and roll is getting low on time, and he hasn't really done much for his development. I mean, ultimately this could happen. h4 could happen. I would like my queen to play a role in the game. So we have queen c1. This is like some sort of cheapo against my king, it looks like. I knew it. I have knight d5, knight b5. Knight b5 is better than knight d5. Knight b5. Knight b5 wins. Whoa, Bangtown, California here with a Friday morning gift. 5 gift subs. Got one of our pawns back. Oof, that's not good. Damn, Bangtown, great timing. The chess 960 is easy, see? You just sack a rook and then you take them down. Bangtown, Sadamasagana. All right. Sadomasochistic winner. Let's hear those gift subs coming in. 5 gift subs from Bangtown. It sounds like Bank. There you go. All right. New setup here, Bangtown. Thanks to all you guys. Troll, thanks for letting me win. Increasing my self-confidence a little. Got a light. Can't do rated, sorry. Especially not in the morning. Young Samurai. Alright, Young Samurai. Jachi already played me. So that is a challenge I would only take if we had no other challenges. I'm not going to play the same player more than once when other people are in the queue. QU. Young Samurai. Alright, let's play e5. Whatever, people. You're going to play the... Oh, no. Not the... No. No. Oh. Alright, fine. Oh, shit. Mouse slip. I made a now. I got new tech. Yeah, we got a new. Well, you guys, everybody donated, and this is this winter. Over the winter after the World Senior, everyone donated, and we got a new PC, a desktop monitor, keyboard, mice, and speakers, and so we're good to go. We're gonna be ready to play some Red Dead Redemption now, baby. All right, now you take c4. This is the Godfather defense, I call it. There are two ways to play the Godfather. You can play d5 or knight f6 there. I've even played knight takes c4 in this position. I think the computer actually condones that. If anyone is wondering what the fuck I'm doing, this is a defense that I invented, but it's actually semi-sound. Pretty sound. A young samurai reacting almost perfectly against it. You'd think he plays this every day. I get that a lot. People who you play something completely offbeat and they're just instantaneously reacting to it like they see it every day. It's so weird, Bishop f5, I don't think I want to do that here. I mean, I guess all of his moves are logical. There really aren't that many options. You like this? You would. Knight takes d5, rook e1 check is fine. Sindarov Sandipan 2023. I know. And Sandipan fucking stole my opening. I was playing it before Sandipan, I've been playing this since at least then. No, I mean, it's not surprising that someone else had the same idea. What is surprising is that Sandipan was willing to try it against a player of that level. This is not a clown. I mean, he played against Sindarov, who's one of the Uzbek, Olympiad members, a very strong player. He played against Cinderella. Yeah, Sandipan is just an average grandmaster. He's playing the Godfather against a superstar, Why can't you and me do that? Oh, dude, Bishop takes f7 is my favorite variation. That's White's worst line. But it's fun. I think it's probably White's worst line. No, maybe not. I don't know. Bishop f7, though, it justifies the whole thing, I feel like. You're basically justifying my whole opening if you do that. What's wrong with Bishop b4 here? Exactly, Bangtown. Very smart. That's why we call it the Godfather. Exactly. It's a Godfather defense because it's an offer he can't refuse. Everybody wants to take the pawn on e5. Yeah. There's some people do refuse it. And in fact, when I play Bishop c4, Knight a5, I've had quite a few people play Bishop e2, and I think that it's a reasonable move. It's possible that Bishop e2 is I want Bishop takes f7. Well, I'm well prepared there. This is easy, man. I have knight takes c3. What the hell happened? I have knight takes c3, but do I want to play knight takes c3 just because I can? How much time am I losing in playing knight takes c3 to gain this doubled pawn? have to watch out for threats of, I don't know. It's a tough call here. Opposite bishops, I just don't feel like that pawn is really that relevant, you know? I'd rather castle than take the pawn. It really doesn't matter. I can blockade the white squares anyway. Extra pawn isn't so important here. Yeah, no, it's the Godfather is kind of sound. I think you'll see more games appear. But it's really the kind of opening that probably is best kept in the realm of like rapid chess, maybe not. Is this a mistake? Maybe. C5. How do you like triple pawns? Not really here. Queen d3 is a great move. C6 is extremely passive. Queen f6 is interesting. Developing pieces, parts of pieces. Artificial, indeed, my move. That's probably a mistake. I guess I can trade queens with queen f5. That would also undermine Mr. c-pawn. So for example, knight e5, queen f5. Feels like I have to have better than that. I'm connecting my rooks. Okay, I could have played queen d7 and put my queen on a4. I missed that, but queen on d7 is too easy to hit it with a knight e5. This seems better. Gambit adoption match. The Godfather Vukovic Gambit adoption match. Yeah, we got to promote this opening more. It's extremely effective against lower rated players, you know. I don't get a chance to play this against top rated grandmasters every day. Black has compensation. Knight f4. Objectively, maybe I should develop a rook here. Unfortunately, he's trading a lot of pieces off. You know, so it's going to be fairly high draw percentage. But anyway, I mean, it's the freaking Italian game. I hate it. You know, I hate the Italian game. It's so boring. The same, what? Motifs? For both. Arsenal fan is here. You faced the Godfather, right? No, you never played Bishop c4, but you've seen me play it. No, Arsenal fan, you know, somehow we did have a game once. You don't normally play the... Yeah, you played Bishop takes f7. No, I remember that. It was like a year ago. You had one game where you did Bishop takes f7. But you don't normally play the Italian game. So what do we have now? Like, static cling. Light square, dark square. Yeah. Yeah, normally you don't play Bishop c4, so I forgot. But I remember now because it was one of the first games I had on stream where someone played that. Yeah. Well, now it's Time is money. What are you doing over there with your queen e2? White squares, dark squares. It's like, what does it matter if you're up a pawn here? You know what I mean? Like, does that matter? I do have g4. Don't particularly like seeing the move g4 in my face. Queen e4. Ah, that was your plan. Uh-oh. I missed that. That could be problematic. I guess I should have played h5. So you're saying I should have played h5. We built the white square wall. It's more like fencing. Uh-huh. Where are you going to go there? Bishop d5, queen e7. But he's got no way in. Back rank mate. I have an idea. No. Rook takes f3. That's funny if this works. Oh my god. It works, doesn't it? Rook takes f3. That's sick. That is sick, man. You're a sick puppy. You're a sick puppy, Sludgy. Oh, didn't want any part in that. It's not. He didn't like that. That's not cool. Alright. Yeah. He didn't like that. Oops, I clipped a little pawn off. We'll take a little off the top. Alright. No one will even notice. It's still a draw. God damn stupid opening. That's annoying. King f8. That's really annoying. So, are you threatening me? Wow, what a move. Rook e1, bishop e1. Pawn takes. Do you mind if I borrow that e-file? Oh, you do. Whoa, what are you doing over there? Yeah. See, it was just an investment. You know, I knew that it would come in eventually. The double pawns don't matter. We just pick it off later. Pawn is pawn. Yeah, I need that. I'm just going to borrow that, if you don't mind. Question is, well, who's being fair, Arsenal fan? What does this talk about, to be fair? I'm not going to be fair. Should I be fair?
No, we're not going to be fair. What is this fair shit? Oh no. Oh no. Maybe a blunder by me? No stinking fair shit. King H3.
Mm-hmm. Stretch. Stretch it out, man. Little B4, C5. You saw that move. Ah, I have that. Guys, I have time like for one last game after this. This one went the distance. They're going the distance. He's going for speed. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I can't win? Are you telling me I can't win? Are you telling me that? You better not. Don't be saying that. Zugzwang? Damn it, thank God he did that, because I was really worried about the other way. Ooh. So I can't win, seriously?
That really sucks. It's got to be a draw now. Can do that.
Suspicious. Suspicious that this was a draw. Just when I had him on the ropes. Young Samurai 6'4". 12 cent upon loss. Damn, dude. I was never winning. It's kind of impressive, no? I mean, he's 2,000. 1,400 feet, of course. Yeah, he'll be a GM in no time. Look at all these challenges, guys. I have time for one last game. Grunfeld Addict, this last game. Now I have a million challenges. I should really do the stream a little later. Unfortunately, I have to work between 3 and 5. And it's 2:37 now. I was just getting out of high school at 2:37. Yeah, I was close, but no cigar. I thought maybe I misplayed the kingside pawns. Grunfeld Addict, I'm definitely playing E4. I have suspicions about this account. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Very suspicious. Right. Yeah, I mean, he played just too solid. A little too solid. Now let's see if black goes for a sort of a hippo approach here. So far, a normal modern move order. Grunfeld player. A Grunfeld player who plays the King's Indian. Oh no, you can't play the Grunfeld. Oh my god, what are you doing, bro? Grunfeld addict playing the King's Indian. What's that about? Doesn't make sense. He can play the King's Indian too? Wow. King's Indian addict. That's weird, huh? What kind of player, honestly, is a Grunfeld addict who reels off King's Indian moves, you know? Isn't that kind of weird? The old Luke Van Vedley attack. I think I had this position with Mike Casella once. Yeah, I don't know who this is. But I have to say that it's pretty suspicious that it's a new account. It's called Grunfeld Addict. It has just enough games to play me. And it plays the King's Indian with a lot of knowledge. Okay, F4 I think is a move, but it's probably not best. I think he was supposed to play C6 there. I don't remember the game. I had this game in like 1994 against Mike Casella, who's a national master, originally from Connecticut, who lives in LA. It's funny, one time we went to this tournament and we both had the same shirt on. You could see my belly. Blasterbait's always complaining he could see up my nose. Don't be looking at my belly, bro. Now I get complaints about my belly. If I have the other camera, it's like we talk about nose hair. Why don't you focus on the chest, troll? That's your whole problem. You're never focusing on the chest. 96. Boom, 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 boom. Well, what other option is there here? What kind of Grunfeld addict plays the King's Indian? I'm serious. That is really suspicious, man. But I don't think that black is playing this like player who has a lot of knowledge of the exact lines. No one plays this line anymore. You know, G3. Oh my god. What? Dude, it wasn't supposed to thunderstorm now. That finished yesterday. Is this Uber driver? I'm beginning to have my suspicions. That would make sense to me if it were Uber driver with a new account called Grunfeld Addict. But missing Rook D6 is really not good. Though made a killing with the the bayonet attack in the early days. But here I've got to be a little bit careful. The king side is still... Black has a lot of pieces in that area. The white squares is gone. So maybe queen e6. But also that could backfire.
Bishop c4. Man, I can't believe there's another massive thunderstorm. I looked at the weather last night, nothing.
It said today would be nice. We have super high humidity here. Taking on f4 gives him John Curto style Dutch stuff. Like, you never want to take here because of knight h5. That's not happening. So I have to play, like, something else. Okay, bishop e2 or bishop e2. Bishop e2 or bishop e2. Scared the shit out of me when it thundered last night. Yeah. He's a Grunfeld player, not a King's Indian player. I think it's pretty clear at this point. Not a King's Indian addict should be your name. The bombing starts in 5 minutes, dude. It already started. I live in Hungary. We're on the Russian side. Fucking bastards. Just the government is. I mean, well, all the people that have been brainwashed, too. There's a lot of them. But we never get political here on my stream. You mentioned bombing. I enjoy a good bombing. I just realized I don't have to take with the rook. You know, I'm not taking with the rook if you take on d6. This doesn't look good. Uber driver, nice new account. What about the spelling? U or UE? Oh my god. Wow, another massive storm. Holy April showers, Batman. Guys, I've got to go. Uber driver's new account. A5 critical. A take back. That kind of blows away that theory. Uber driver wouldn't ask for a take back. So I rook d7 winning a piece and he asked for a take back. It doesn't matter, bro. You're like positionally busted. Who asks for a take back here? That's honestly pretty bizarre. So much for that theory. Yeah, Uber definitely not asking for take back. This, you definitely want to take back after that move, though. That's take back city, man. Now we definitely need to take back. Oof. Stick with the Grunfeld. This is... You could feel a slight pinch at some point here. No take back. Alright guys, I gotta go. Thanks everybody. Sunday Simul. Arsenal, good to see you, man. Sorry we couldn't play. We'll see you on Sunday, 7:40 or 7:40, 7 p.m. 6:40 start for Simul. Hopefully, I'll see you on Sunday. All right, guys.